Hello, my name's Annie, and this is my channel, Annie's Ageless Beauty, where I talk about makeup, beauty, and anything else that's interesting to me, and hopefully other people as well. Today, my lovely co-host is Bailey. You can't see him because he's on the floor, and he's really into playing with these feathers, so... Oh, now he's wandering off. So I guess I don't have a lovely co-host at the moment. But that's not surprising because this is the second time I started recording this. I've been having a lot of trouble with my computer. In fact, I have a completely refurbished new computer from Dell. I just got everything plugged into it and got my external hard drive. I was trying to save some of my old files and I failed. And I just tried recording a video and I failed because I forgot to switch all the storage over to the external hard drive. So, yeah, whatever. I'm starting over. So today I am going to be talking about the Canyon palette from Alter Ego. This is a dupe for the bronze palette for Natasha Denona. Denona? I know I'm saying that wrong. And when I filmed the other video, I tried saying it like 20 times and I couldn't get it. It always sounded weird to me. So we're just going to go with Natasha Denona. That's how I'm pronouncing it. This is the color story. This is what it looks like inside. When I do my eye, I'm actually going to throw a thing up in one of these corners so you can see exactly what I'm putting on my eye and where. I do have a couple things I'd like to say really quick before I get to that though. If you like my video, please let me know by hitting the like button down below. If you'd like to see more of the stuff I do, please subscribe and also hit the bell icon so you get notifications whenever I upload anything. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear from you. But don't leave any links to any adult material because I'll just be deleting that. And this just isn't this kind of a channel. So I would prefer if you just held off on that. That would be super. I wanted to talk really briefly about the nature of my channel. I've been doing a lot of BoxyCharm and Ipsy unboxings, and I think at one point I was actually getting 3 boxes a month, 2 from BoxyCharm and 1 from Ipsy. And I felt like I was just getting too much stuff that I really didn't care about one way or another. And I'd open it up and I'd be like, oh look, I got this serum. Yep, it sure is a serum. Isn't it a serum, guys? Yep, look at that packaging. I wasn't really enjoying doing the videos, and I don't know, it seems to me like there's so many other channels that do the exact same thing and probably much better than me. So I just decided I'll just leave it to other people and focus more on what I'm interested in, which is actually putting makeup on my face. And that brings me to another problem with the subscription boxes, is that I felt I was getting makeup that I wasn't really excited to use. Getting a lot of palettes that I would never have bought on my own and that I just wasn't excited about. It is good to try new things from time to time, I believe. But I think I've gotten enough experience in makeup now that I can make my own choices as to what I wanted to try. When I first got the subscription boxes, I only had drugstore stuff. I had only been using makeup for a few months and I just didn't really know that much about it. I'm still learning. I'm still not a pro or professional or anything like that, but I feel more confident in making my own choices rather than letting a subscription box just send me whatever they have lying around that they want to unload. I'm still getting a BoxyCharm, the $25 base box, because I paid for an entire year, but I'm not getting the deluxe box anymore, and I'm not getting my Ipsy anymore unless somebody makes a mistake. But I'll return it because that's the kind of ageless beauty I am. Basically what I'm saying is that I want to curate my collection better and do more makeup looks, do more experimentation, see how I actually look, when I actually play around with this stuff instead of just talking about stuff that I'm not that interested in. I have a brand new lighting system. I have a light there, and a light up there, and not a ring light right above my camera. Like right here is where it used to be, and it was just blinding. And now I can sort of see the screen behind the camera. It's just a lot better all over. I am working blind anyways because I'm blind. I can't see without my glasses and I'm vain, so I'm not wearing them. But without them, they're right here. But without them, I really can't see. I can sort of see my image on the screen, but that's about it. So we're hoping this turns out okay. I'm hoping that my new computer is stable enough and my setup is now good enough with the lighting and everything that I can actually focus on learning how to make better videos and do better editing and make more exciting stuff and focus on making better videos. Makeup is a hobby for me and it's fun. Making these videos has also become a hobby for me. I'd like to make good ones, just like I'd like to put the makeup on my face in a somewhat logical, pleasing manner. Don't know if I always achieve that or not, but we'll see what I come up with. Today, I'm done talking about all my stuff, blah, 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 right? Let's get to the good stuff, the stuff where I actually put on my face of makeup. The eye palette I'm going to be using today is from Alter Ego. Like I said, it's the Canyon palette, Color Story, taken from Natasha Denona, the bronze palette. It does have this really, really, really beautiful duochrome here, Plateau. This is what it looks like swatched on my hand, and you can see it's got kind of like a pink gold flip to it. Really, really nice. It's got a good pink base to it, so it does have presence on the eye. It's not just glittery. Don't know if I'm going to be using that today because I've used it a few times, and I just want to get to know this palette a little better. The very first thing that I'm going to do is put on my eye primer. This is just from NYX, and it's their standard HD Studio Photogenic whatever. I did order some eye primer from Alter Ego along with the two palettes I got. I'll be making a video about the other palette later. But I also ordered some of their eye primer base. I've heard really good things about it, but it didn't come in the box. So I sent them a letter and hopefully they'll write me back and I'll get it eventually. If not, I have other eye primers, so I'm not that concerned. I'm just going to go ahead and dab some of this on. My new setup, I can actually tell that whether I'm in frame, whether I'm covering my face with the mirror, I really like it. I'm trying to learn to enunciate better and just make better videos altogether, and I'm feeling more confident. Well, in my abilities, maybe not in my computer's ability to stay on. We'll see. Kind of frustrating. Putting off making videos because I pretty much lost all of my presets and all the stuff I had filmed. It was really frustrating and I just took a break, but I'm glad to be back now. Okay, so I have my eyeshadow primer on, looking sharp. It's a little tacky, like it. And it's cheap too. I got up and I tried to get a lovely co-host to come and stay and join me, but he just jumped down. But that was Saber. You saw him for a second, maybe. Blinking, you missed him. That's okay. For my eyebrows, I'm going to be using, I'm fidgeting. I'm going to try to stop doing that. I'm trying to be better at doing videos, which means less fidgeting, less mumbling, doing better cuts, all that stuff, all that boring stuff. I'm not going to talk about it anymore, but I'm using Moria Eyebrow Pomade. That was hard for me to say. I'm not quite sure why. This is in the shade, what is this in? Oh, it's Eyebrow Gel in Royal Blue. As you can see, it is a very royal blue. I use this stuff all the time because it's hard to find good blue eyebrow products. For some reason, right? Why would that be? Let's take a little bit on an angled brush. I actually do have some on from when I tried filming this video earlier and then it crashed. And I used makeup remover to get rid of the eyeshadow I put on. I got half done with my look and I also took off my eyebrows by accident. So let me just put it on a little bit. I always feel like I'm putting them on weird. Like it always looks weird to me. And not just because they're blue either. It's my drawing skills. Framing. Let them see your beautiful eyes, beautiful makeup. I think this is about as good as it's going to get. So I'm going to move on to the next step, which is putting on the eyebrow gel. This is from Milk. It's the, Kush Clear Brow Gel. I guess it's okay. I haven't really tried anything else that wasn't drugstore. In fact, I don't even think when I first started doing makeup that I even used eyebrow gel. I just put eyeshadow, blue eyeshadow on there and maybe mascara. For a long time, I didn't even use blue. Look weird. So I'm hoping that the clear gel just kind of gets everything straight and makes me look like I got myself together kind of in my eyebrows. I don't know. I'm just being weird. My eyebrows are acceptable. I'm going to move on now to the Alter Ego palette, Canyon, which again, Natasha Denona bronze. Now the Plateau is lovely. I've used it before. It gives a nice orange look. It's festive. It's gorgeous. However, I have used this duochrome before in a look when I wasn't filming, and I'd like to try some of the other finishes and colors that are in this palette. It's a very sparkly, very glittery shade, and I just want to see how some of the other colors perform. So I'm going to be going for more of a brown tan look today. This palette doesn't really have a light buff shade that I like, a very light nude shade that I usually put up on my eyebrow, but that's okay. There's plenty of other stuff going in here, and I can live without it. I think I just use it because I've seen YouTubers use it, so I think I have to use it. I'm going to go ahead and use this BMX 430 crease. I think I got it from Ipsy. Go ahead and lay it down right up here. It put it as a transition shade going up into the eyebrow. It's a little dusty, but not anything I can't handle. It blends out very, very easy. See, I'm not really having a lot of trouble putting that on. It's got a nice mirror. I'm using the mirror in the palette. I feel this is a very flattering shade. It reminds me of some of the colors in the Sandstone palette by ColourPop, which I do have. I lost it and then I found it. I'm also going to put some of this underneath my eye. I'm using a smaller brush to do this, which is a Lovecraft Beauty brush. It's a small blending brush. I got that from Ipsy. Actually, I think I'm going to go with Desert Sun, which is a little bit brighter. Throw some of that underneath there. Because I have very fine lines and wrinkles in the corner of my eye, I have to kind of pat it in there. This is very highly pigmented. Oh, my co-host, this is easy. So I believe I'm using Desert Sun underneath my eye. Did you just lick me? Yeah, I think you did. Okay, I just got licked. Oh, I forgot to talk about the big surprise. I just found out that I'm expecting a new lovely co-host. And there he is, my friend Tammy at work. Hi Tammy, if you're watching. She has a cat that had these kittens, and she told me she had a little void kitten. Well, she said a black cat, but I knew what she meant. And I've always wanted a void kitty. I had a little trouble talking my husband into getting an 8th lovely co-host, but I finally talked him into it by if we got it, what would you name it? I'm saying it because I don't know the gender of the kitten. Oh, I'm losing my headband too. And my lovely co-host. I don't know the gender of the kitten. Whatever. It is a boy, it's a girl, whatever it is. I don't care. What was I saying? I asked my husband if, hey, you want to get another cat? And he's initially like, no, we are not having an 8th cat. And I was like, well, if we got a black cat, what would you name it? And he's like, oh, I don't know, Sunshine. He's like, okay, great. Here, let me show you a picture of Sunshine. This picture. And he's like, do you really want another cat? So Sunshine is about 3 weeks old right now. I'm going to ask Tammy to hold on to him till he's about 8 weeks old. I think she wants to get rid of him at 6 weeks. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But he's going to have a lovely home, and I can't wait to introduce him to everybody. I'm even like doing that weird vibrating thing I do sometimes. Anyways, back to the palette. Desert Sun underneath my eyes. I'm liking how that looks. Going on very pigmented. Easy to use. Even without my glasses on, when I'm looking past the camera to my monitor, I can see the eyeshadow. So it's definitely got a strong presence. I can definitely see it up close too. I think I'm going to use the same brush and go in with something a little bit deeper, which will be the earth. Well, I'm going to go in with Mule, tap it on the side here, go into the crease. I'm not going to use the darkest color, I don't think, because I don't want that dramatic of a look. I'm just going for something kind of easy looking, just simple, easy. This is the kind of look I do for work all the time. I don't really do adventurous, bold looks too much, though I do like to do them on camera just to experiment and see what they look like on me. What does a rainbow palette look like on a 57-year-old woman? Can I make it look decent? Let's see if I can. If not, how funny will it be? Makeup is fun. I have fun with this, and I hope other people do as well. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. As long as you like how your face looks, or you enjoy the process. It's like a little bit of me time where I'm not stuffing food in my face, but I'm still kind of focusing on me. So this is the shade Mule. I'm putting it in the crease and in the corner right here. I get it into my wrinkles, going just a little bit beyond the edge of my eyes too. I think that's very nice looking. I think I'm going to go in with Cougar. I'm going to use this flat brush from, who is it from? Bear Jack's concealer number 7. It's a flat brush. I'm going to try it with this shade here. Very pretty, kind of warm. It doesn't have red undertones. It's just a tan. I don't know how to describe it. Like an antique gold almost, but there's no yellow. It's not bronzy, it's not coppery, it's just tan. And I really quite like it. It is going on my eyes, but I want to see how it looks if I use a finger. Feels nice on my finger. It look good in swatches. Generally, I do put shimmers on with my fingers. So I'm just putting Cougar in the first third of my eye. It's very shimmery, very nice, very easy to put on. It looks good, I think. I'm interested in Coyote, which is more of an antique gold. I'm going to try that. It looks like it's a little more textured too. I'm going to go ahead and put that right there in the middle. Does look different. I got eyeshadow in the middle of my nose right here. Yeah, I can see the difference. I'm getting a gradient. Go ahead and do the same thing on this eye, my left eye. And the final third, the outside of my eye, I'm going to go in with this kind of purpley shade, Desert Moon. And just tap it over here. It's a little cool, a little purpley. I think it adds a little something to the look. I didn't necessarily want red. I put together a lot of red leaning looks or pink looks and wanted to just stay with more neutral looking browns. And I think definitely got a nice gradient going there. I'm going to clean up the sides of my eyes a little bit. I don't have any foundation or anything on, of course. Just kind of get that from getting... I tend to put it on, it tends to spread all over half of my face. I just hit myself in the face. Fun. Just going to take this blending brush again and make sure the edges aren't harsh or weird looking. Boy, that is such a shiny, pretty look. Those shimmers really do not skimp on the shine. And you can just see it, at least in person. You can also see the stuff I got on my nose. Let me clean my nose real fast. Yeah, I do have a fair amount of glitter on my face. And maybe it's because I tried using a brush first. And also I just have glitter everywhere. And also I used some shadows earlier today. So I don't know if I want to blame the palette, but I definitely have a lot of glitter. In the monitor, it looks like my face is really red on one side. This side. Is it? Maybe from cleaning it. I like my new setup. It makes me feel like I can really see what I'm doing, how I look. Okay, I'm liking this so far. So I think I'm going to put the palette aside now. I'm pretty happy with the eyeshadow look. It's simple and it's what I wear 90% of the time. Light, medium, dark, mattes in the crease. Perfect. I don't need anything else. So as I look at this color story, I didn't really see a color that was screaming at me to put it in my inner eye. Right here, Cliff is a gold color and it might work, but it's kind of medium tone. I like something really light and bright to put in there. Bailey! Billy Boo! He's getting a new baby brother. I bet he's going to be such a good baby brother. He loves to play still. Hopefully he will always want to play. I really like to put highlighter in my inner eye and up in my brow. This is the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey palette. I got it from Ipsy. And I also got it from BoxyCharm. I gave one of them away because I don't need two of them. It seems like it's pretty nice, I guess. I like this kind of champagne tone. Spoiler alert. Some of the colors, like the Queen Being, I would never be able to use on my face, but I can use it as eyeshadow, and maybe I will. It's throwing me that there's no mirror here. I keep expecting there to be one, but there isn't. I think I'm going to go with Queen Bee. Just use a little flat, densely packed brush here. I think I got it from ColourPop. Yeah. Put it in on my tear duct right here. And then it's nice and bright. I do like that. I think it goes really well with this eyeshadow. Try that on the other side. Yeah, that's bright. And I think it complements what I got going pretty well. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take this little blending brush and just kind of smooth out the edges there because right now it's just kind of blopped in. I have a tendency to go too far this way into my nose, up the sides of my nose. I got a big nose, it's hard to miss. I also think I'm going to take this little blending brush I got and go into the lighter shade on the highlight palette, the Spoiler Alert, and just put a little up there. Using the brush because I don't want to dump a lot of it on, but just highlight underneath my eyebrow a little. And it's working fabulously. I don't know if it's showing up on camera, but wow, it looks really pretty in real life. It's working with that matte to kind of make it lighter, to kind of make it more of a transition shade. It's really sparkly and shiny and I love it. One of the reasons I started this channel is because I didn't see a lot of people my age playing with makeup and having fun. And I mean, there are some, don't get me wrong. Mostly it's younger people, and that's understandable. And a lot of the people who are doing more mature looks kind of say, oh, well, I've seen creators who say older people shouldn't use shimmers. They should stick with mattes because they're more flattering. I want my eyes to glitter like a disco ball. I like the shine, the glitter. I don't care if it's the most flattering thing on me or not. I like it. It's a lot easier for me to film videos because I cleaned up my whole desk where I'm filming while I took my break, and I can actually find stuff easier now. I got a new place for my brushes. It says cat hair is a condiment, very makeup friendly. I'm going to do eyeliner now. This is, what is this? It's brown. This is Amc Eyeliner Gel in, I don't know. It's brown. Yeah, I guess it doesn't say. But I'm going to take, I wanted to try this Lovecraft brush, but I don't know if you can see it. It is really big to be using it for what I'm going to be using it for. And there's cat hair, which is a condiment in my gel liner. Cat hair and everything. I don't mind. I'm just going to take a really little bit, or try to anyways. I'm just bloop, bloop, bloop. I'm going to try to put it on my waterline and just get it slightly into the lash line on the bottom, and then just slightly into the lash line on top. Let's see how well I do on that. Brush is big. And this stuff is very pigmented, and I picked too much up. Oh well. Okay, so much for doing a really subtle amount. It's going to be more than that. I don't feel like I have that much control with this brush. It's just big. You don't want to put that much on the bottom. Now, somebody who's more skillful than me and has steadier hands might have been able to pull it off, but me, not so much. And what I'm putting on my left is more what I had in mind. Or this is my right. What I'm putting on my right side is more what I had in mind for my left side. But it didn't work out that way, which honestly happens a lot. Go a little overboard. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more, even it up. I have a feeling I shouldn't have gone all the way across too. I need to work on my eyeliner game. I really don't feel like I'm that fantastic at putting it on. All my looks end up like goth looks these days because my hands are a little shaky. I end up putting big old gobs of this stuff on. Now I'm going to do this top line, putting on more than I wanted to. This stuff glides on very smoothly. It's easy to apply. Doesn't mean I'm good at applying it. I wish it was a lighter. I wish it had a little more red tone to it. I love using gel pot eyeliners. I'd love to find one that's like a medium brown instead of dark. So if you know of a medium brown gel pot eyeliner that can go in the waterline, please let me know. I would really love to read that comment. Love to read all the comments, but that one I would especially love to read. Go ahead and try to get something somewhat similar on both sides. I always end up getting more on one side and then having to add more to the other. I wanted just a little bit in my lash line. I probably should have gone with a powder. That would have been more in line with what I wanted. But I'm trying to up my eyeliner game and get more used to putting it on and getting it on at least straight. See it transferring a little because I'm not really good at keeping my eyes open while I do it either. This brush is too big. I don't like it. And I shouldn't be blaming my tools. And I got a little dab right there where I didn't want it. Clean that up. Yeah, that worked. That worked fine. Don't panic. It worked. I got it off. I can see it washing off of my waterline already. I just put it on. I don't know if it's because it's starting to dry and I blinked it off or what, but it's not really sticking around right now. Okay, that at least looks even. I don't bother doing the waterline in my upper lash. I can barely do the waterline in my lower lash. I'm not about to get that ambitious. And a lot of times I apply gel liner directly to my eyeball. It's gross, I'm sorry, but I do it. Don't want to, but I do it. And I think that's quite enough eyeliner for now. I didn't really like that brush. It felt big and awkward, and I think I could have gotten a finer line with a smaller brush. So maybe I can find another use for that brush, but for eyeliner, I wouldn't recommend it. It just felt wrong. Didn't feel right. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Kush. This is Milk Kush waterproof. I've used it a billion times. It's very famous. Everybody knows it. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of this on. I don't use false eyelashes because I don't know how. So maybe I'll take a stab at learning on camera so you can all enjoy that. Put it all over the place. Oh, this eyeliner really got in the corner of the eye. It's messy. Maybe I should try covering it up. I don't know. Maybe I kind of blended it out. It doesn't look too terrible. It always looks messy in the corner of my eye because, like I said, I got wrinkles and I'm not super skilled at dealing with them. But that's okay. I'm still an ageless beauty. You work with the canvas you have. I've been using this for a long time, so it's kind of getting to the point where I might need a new one. Starting to dry out a little bit. I think it does have a little bit of life left in it, but it's got all kinds of cat hair and crap in it. Just like everything else in my house. So to give a little update on how I've been doing as far as my dieting. Last time I made a video, I believe I was weighing in at 200 or 201 pound, 202, something like that. Right now I'm at 195 or 196, depending how much I've had to drink, how much water, which means I'm down about 5 pounds, 4 or 5 pounds. I consider that a win. I'm not all about losing 30 pounds in a month. 4 or 5 pounds is good. I can live with that. If I do that next month, that'll be close to 10 pounds. So we'll see what happens. I don't know that it'll happen next month, but better than being stuck at the same place the whole time. Yeah, this feels a little bit dry since I put way too much eyeliner on. I have a feeling that's kind of like stealing the show. This wand is a little bit big for my liking, but I do like how it looks on my eyes. They do look fuller, they look longer, they look separated, not clumpy. It doesn't really flake off either. It's okay. This is what I look with my mascara on. And of course, eyeliner. I really need to get better at eyeliner. So this is it. This is my eye look. I think I got a nice gradient going. I really like the sparkle and shimmer in these shadows. I think it's time to move on to the other parts of my face, which is going to be concealer and foundation. This came for me in this month's BoxyCharm. This is a Laura Geller, and I love the name of this primer. It's the Laura Geller Spackle Skin Perfecting Primer. If anyone needs spackle on their face, it's me. I do have a lovely co-host named Speckle, so whenever I talk about my Laura Geller Spackle, she sometimes comes running, which is cute. She's not doing it now though, because Bailey's here and they're kind of arch enemies. You know how it goes. I'm just going to put a little bit more on because when I made my failed attempt to make that video, I removed it, I'm sure, along with the rest of my makeup. Mainly just using it on my T-zone because I know I have it over the rest of my face still. My eyeliner is bugging me. It doesn't look even over here. I'm going to try a smaller brush. Eyeliner doesn't have to be exactly perfect, of course. I think the more I'm putting on, the more globby I'm making it. So I'm just going to give it a rest. It's good enough. So next up, I'm going to be using my Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Porcelain. This is a foundation stick, and I tried it, I liked it, and then I just didn't use it for a really long time. I've been using powder foundation a lot lately because it's really easy to reapply when you're putting a mask on and off. But I'm not wearing a mask now. I'm at home, so I'm going to go ahead and try this stuff. And I'm just going to light it all over my face. I do think it's a good color for me. It feels creamy. I'm going to put a fair amount on because I do want to make an impact. Yeah, I like this color on me. Go ahead and spread that around. I'm going to use this Color Pop. I think it's Color Pop. No, maybe not. I'm going to use this Kabuki brush of unknown origin, or flat-headed brush. How is it spreading? Does it look good? It feels a little stiff, like I'm having a little bit of trouble moving it. I have to make sure that my forehead is as wrinkle-free as I can get it, that I'm not scrunching it up. So it's a little bit stiff, a little bit hard to move around. With that said, I do think it does look good on my skin. It's sitting well. I don't think my pores are being accented. I think I need a little bit more on my nose. So my pores are not being filled in properly. Put a little bit more here on this blue vein I have, very visible. In fact, I think my whole hairline needs a little love. Definitely under my mouth. All right, let's see what that looks like. So I'm just going to go ahead and mash that in. Yeah, I like it. I think that spackle really does do a pretty good job of making my pores less noticeable. I know that nothing really shrinks the size of your pores, but I think the idea of spackle is appealing to me, where you just fill those suckers up with primer and then coat the foundation over the top of them. I don't know if that's really how it works, but that's what I like to think. Okay, making sure I don't have any unblended globs. I made a video when I first started out, and I couldn't really see myself at all because at the time my light was blinding me, and I had a big old glob of unblended foundation, and I just looked ridiculous. I just looked terrible. I'm trying to avoid that now. Yeah, I really need to get an eyeliner that's less severe. Creasing a little bit on me. It's okay to have creases. For my concealer, I'm going to use this Age Rewind. As you can see, it's been much loved. I got a neutralizer coming I really would like to try because I have kind of dark lines under my eyes. This is just a regular one. This is Bare 110. They got a more yellow leaning one for neutralizing dark circles under the eye. Same formula apparently, and I'd really like to try it. Okay, this is actually supposed to be a concealer brush, right? Yeah, okay, it's supposed to be a concealer brush. Let me use it for that purpose. Going to kind of clean up the edges a little. Kind of brighten up under my eyes. Just tap it in with this. Smooth it out. It looks nice as always. I can still see some veins visible up here. I have like a road map going on my forehead and really across my chest too. It's horrible. But that's okay. It's okay to be semi-translucent. I wouldn't mind, not being so semi-translucent, but you work with the cards you've been dealt. Okay, I think that's kind of working. Yeah, I'd have to use this foundation more often. I think it looks pretty good. Both of these are drugstore options, but sometimes drugstore is fine. I like this foundation more than some of the more pricey stuff I've gotten from BoxyCharm. Not as much as I like the Yensa B&B cream, but I like to branch out and try new things too. Okay, I need to powder my face now, obviously. So in one of the premium BoxyCharms, I got this Lorac Pro Loose Setting Powder. Oh, it's in the shade Soft Rose. Okay, I thought it was supposed to be transparent, but no. So I'm just going to pop some on there. It definitely looks pink, which I like. Where'd the kitty mirror go? Let's go ahead and just tap it on lightly. I don't want a whole lot. I'm going to press it into my wrinkles under my eyes. But I'm not baking. Dab a little more onto my forehead and press it into those wrinkles where foundation is wanting to settle. I think I need more. I kind of bunched press the bristles together so they're more dense. I guess I could just use a more dense brush, but I didn't really bring one with me. I like it to be nice and soft for the rest of my face. Yeah, this works. It does work. Put some on my nose. It looks a little shiny. Okay, that looks acceptable. That's the first time I've used the Lorac Soft Rose, and I think it does work with me. What do you think? Do you think it works? I got this right for you. What do you think? I think it does work with my skin tone. I like it. I tend to like pink things as far as makeup, so I think I got a fairly full coverage look going on now. A little bit of a porcelain doll aesthetic from what I can see without my glasses on, and I'm digging it. So I'm not going to be moving on to my contour or bronzer. I'm using Iconic London in the shade. This is the Ultimate Bronzing Powder. I'm using the Iconic London Ultimate Bronzing Powder in the shade Medium Bronze because that's what they sent me. Got a lovely mirror, and you can see I scraped some of it off to try to make some eyeshadow. I didn't really like the way it turned out though. I'm going to go ahead and put this under my cheekbones. Now that I'm losing more weight, I'm not 250 anymore, getting down into the 100s. I'm starting to be able to see my cheekbones. Maybe it's just a placebo sort of effect. I just think I can see them. I know I can see, pull this down, I know I can see my collarbones more. See that? I'm going to put some makeup there too. Some body shine stuff. This isn't too warm leading, so I do kind of like it. It might be a little bit better if it were a little lighter. I don't know. Contour is one of the things I think I probably should have learned from somebody rather than just teaching myself by watching YouTube videos. Get it into my hairline so I don't have that nice pale strip in my scalp. Did I do it on my chin yet? Make sure I got it on the side of my nose. Make it look skinnier. I think that made a difference. It goes on nicely. It's not too pigmented, so I'm like, what the hell did I just do? So I like it. Plus it's cool packaging. It looks rich. It's gold. Like rich people have a lot of gold, so that's good. Oh my God, you guys, I just got the most massive hairball. I was coughing and choking. Anyways, I'm done with all that nonsense. Using the Nars Orgasm. My throat is still rough from choking and my eyes are watering. Fantastic. Anyways, Nars Orgasm. I didn't buy this. I did buy it, but it came in an Ipsy, I believe. And I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I think it's a really pretty color. It has a slight shimmer to it. I do like it. But it doesn't have a lot of color payoff. I can see it on me. Just putting it right above that contour I put on. That bronzing powder. I think I like my blushes a little more pigmented than this. It does build up. This is more subtle. This is more work friendly, I think, because it's easier to screw up. You're not going to end up with a red stripe with this stuff. And it is a very pretty rose gold color. I do wish they didn't name it Orgasm because, yeah, people have orgasms. People also have kidney stones. Let's make a palette about that. I mean, it's just a little bit too tee-hee-hee, we're calling our makeup Orgasm. Isn't that funny? No, we're adults. I mean, we know about orgasms. Most of us have had one or given one or something, but I don't really need to talk about it while I'm putting my makeup on, right? Well, I guess I do if I'm using this color. And I do see why you would want to. I'm really packing it on because that's how I do my ageless beauty self. I just pack the color on. But it does have a nice shimmer to it. It's not extremely blinding or anything like that. It's really subtle, just a little glow. I do like it. It has like kind of a gold sheen to it, sort of. Very nice. It's very finely milled. I don't want to give the impression that it's glittery in any way. It's not. This is a good blush, but I don't know if it's worth the hype. It's certainly not like an orgasm. For my highlighter, I am going to go ahead and use the Beauty Bakery Milk and Honey palette that I just got. What do I want to do? I like this pink color, but I don't think I'm going to use it today. I think I'm going to use Spoiler Alert, which is kind of a champagne-y color. Let's go ahead and put it up here on my cheekbone. Do you see any difference? I think I do. I see a difference. I want to go in a couple of times. It's not super blinding, but it's acceptable. I do feel like I'm wearing highlighter. Now this side of my face isn't as well lit. Let's see if it shows up here. I do kind of like that my lighting is uneven because it shows different shadows and how the makeup might look when the light isn't hitting you just perfectly. So while my light isn't perfect right now, I'm probably going to leave it that way because most people, when you go out to work or the store or whatever you do when you're going out, you don't have perfect light all the time. So why should I? I'll never use a filter or anything like that too. What you're seeing is the real me. Okay, I put a lot on because I do that, and yeah, I think I'm happy with my cheeks right now. Got some color on there. Next up, I'm going to do my lips. First, I'm going to line them with a clear liner because I couldn't find anything else. I don't have a lot of lip liners. I was planning on getting more. I'd like to get more. This is just a CoverGirl clear, I guess. It doesn't say much about it. I'm just going to line my lips with it. Try to keep the feathering down. My teeth are nice and yellow. But that doesn't stop me from being an ageless beauty. You can be a beauty no matter what age you are, what gender you are, what orientation you are. Beauty is for anyone. Anyone who wants to be beautiful or pretty up or just have fun with colors or whatever you're using makeup for. I don't care what gender you are, what age you are. My lips are really chapped. This is going to look terrible. Oh, my new lights are really showing off all the hair I haven't been able to tweeze off because I couldn't see it before. Okay, this wax is kind of thick. Let's see how it works. I'm going to be using, I don't even know if I needed to use it with a matte. I don't really know if it's necessary to use a liner with a matte lipstick, which is what I'm using today, or a liquid lipstick, I mean. Using Huda Beauty Demi Matte in the shade Mogul. I think it was one of the very first lipsticks I got from BoxyCharm. I was so excited to have Huda because it's a name I recognized, and before I'd just been buying NYX and CoverGirl, Maybelline. I don't want to make it sound like those are bad products. They're not. But I didn't know much about makeup, and it just seemed like I was getting big girl makeup for the first time. I was so excited. I do like the color and paint that on as best I can. Yeah, lips very dry. I don't know if this one dries down or not. I have so much concealer on my mouth, I'm having a hard time seeing the lines of my lip. Oh, that's not right though. Now we're getting closer. So this is a shade Mogul in Demi Matte. See if it's going to dry down or not. I don't remember. I haven't worn it for a really long time. It's just me or my teeth look just terrible. Probably talk to my dentist about that. I did have the Ofra lip gloss, which is a very glittery pink, which rose gold kind of pink. There's gold reflects in here, but I don't think I need it. I think this is shiny enough. It's not drying down to a powder. I think it looks nice. I don't think I'm going to add anything else to my mouth or to my face, except for I think the last thing I need to do with my face is a setting spray. Power Up, blah, blah, blah. In Beauty. This was in the first or the second subscription box I got. I was just so excited to have, again, a big girl makeup, something that didn't, I think what I've been using before was NYX, and I still don't know if it does anything or not, but it looks cool, and you shake it up, and it smells nice, so sometimes I remember to use it, and I use a lot, because I use a lot of everything. Okay. My eyeshadow, especially on this side, seems to be really out of control. Not eyeshadow, eyeliner. My eyeliner on this side seems to be really out of control. So the last thing I want to do is take some of this Eloise Gel Gleaming Body Goo. They don't call it body goo. I don't know what they call it. Body Glow Illuminator. It looks really dark, but when I put it on, it doesn't really have an undertone. It just goes on and then spreads out. So you put it on, it looks really dark. I'm actually get fancy and use a brush instead of my fingers like I usually do. can go ahead and just spread it around, show off my new collarbones. I'm really curious what I'll look like when I get down to like the 180s and the 170s, because just losing 50 pounds or 60 pounds, I can see such a big difference. I still look fat to me, but I am really looking forward to seeing more of this coming through. The brownness that was there was just because of the glitter. It doesn't really make your skin brown. It's kind of a golden glitter. Okay, cool. So that's it. That's the look I got with the Canyon Alter Ego palette. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up and relearn the joys of editing, because I haven't done that for a while and I'm going to have to rebuild everything that I had saved. But that's okay. It's a learning process and things don't always go smoothly when you're learning. At least I am learning and I'm having fun doing it. And I really hope you join me the next time I make a video. I don't know what it's going to be, probably not an unboxing. I want to go through my palettes, do looks with them, and decide whether I want to keep it or not. And the ones that I do keep, document and try different looks. Try to expand my game. Maybe not make the same mistakes over and over again. I don't know. I really like the eye look I came up with. The eyeshadow is really easy to work with and I think it looks lovely. If I could change one thing, it would be the eyeliner. I think I just needed better tools and a lighter hand. But other than that, I think I look pretty poppin'. That's a word, right? It's a word. Thank you so much for joining me. I really look forward to you joining me again the next time I make a video, and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.